What's up, folks? Welcome to another episode of Watching Paint Dry here on Another Letdown. My name is Zach from Another Letdown Media, and the This Is Difficult video game podcast. I will be one of your hosts this evening. Watching Paint Dry is the show where we hang out on a Saturday night long after we should have thought about going to bed and work through the ridiculous backlog of miniatures we've accumulated over the years which require painting. There's an old adage that says if a miniatures painter ever runs out of projects to paint, he or she will die, so we're just trying to stave off death for as long as possible. And I don't do this alone. Joining me on the line, as always, my perennial painting partner, our resident monkey handler, it's Broody Gambit. Mike, how's it going?
It's going great. Glad to be here.
Yeah, me too. It's been a heck of a week, and I'm glad to be just kind of doing something that is comfortable and familiar and I guess relaxing in one way or another. Despite, of course, forcing myself to have to think about the ridiculous backlog of miniatures that I mentioned prior to this.
Yeah.
I quite genuinely was driving home from my cousin's today, and I was like, man, I have no idea what I want to paint. But I found something.
I hear that.
So we're out here and we're gonna paint, and I do have a couple of things to show off, just some stuff that I'm proud of. That we were working on last show. So as with all the shows that we host here on the Another Letdown Media channel, as well as the This Is Difficult podcast network at large, we believe in civil rights for absolutely everyone and being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goal are not welcome and will not be tolerated. Let's paint. There's two of us. I'll hit the button. There it is. All right. So I did want to show off briefly just the finished product of these Kadai Fireborn. I'm actually really happy with them. They do indeed look like big old lava jerks. Come on, focus camera. There it is. I'm just really happy with how they came out. The lava on their terrain, on their bases, came out great, and matches really well with the flame techniques. I sort of spilt some of the flame right onto the armor, which gives it kind of a molten, foundry sort of look.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really also fond of the way they all kind of rank up together. Really makes me excited and eager for Warhammer the Old World to finally make it into our hands so these guys can hopefully hit the table. Hello, Pro Gabe, how are you? Yeah, so Kadai Fireborn, looking cool. And the other, so I'm gonna move these guys out of the way, and part of the reason I'm showing these guys off is because I just didn't have time or bother to move them. They need to be delivered to the store, so that's where all my Chaos Dwarfs hang out, and the Kadai are no exception. So we're just gonna move those off to the side slightly here. Hopefully I don't need my keyboard for anything, because that could cause problems. The VPR gunner's here too. So this is the other thing I wanted to show off. This is an awesome resin print that Adam Comics and Coffee did for me a while back. It's Phoenix, Jean Grey Phoenix, printed in clear orange resin. So I did test this under the black light. It doesn't do exactly what I was hoping it would, but it looks pretty darn cool. So, caca! And then of course I have Jean herself that kind of mounts in here like that. I'm going to do some special stuff painting that one. I'm going to use mostly contrast paints and or speed paints, and just make for as translucent a mini as possible. And then I'll properly prime Jean herself, and we'll paint her to look cool. So, but that brings us to an empty workbench and tonight's project, which is the Riddler. We got the Riddler from Gotham City Chronicles. I'm going to zoom the camera right in a little bit because he's a small boy. Let's see some of the detail showing through. I should probably turn the light on the camera, make that a little bit better. There we go. Yeah. So that's what we're working on tonight. This will be the first proper test of the TT Combat paints with Gotham City Chronicles minis, which I'm stoked for. Come on. Yeah, that's all right. Okay, cool. So right off the bat, I would say green and purple is what we need, right?
Pretty much. That is the primary colors for Riddler.
Yeah. And I'm thinking like almost a tealish green. It's like a little bit of blue in there. I'm going to start with this Rashar green here. And we'll see where that takes us. It's a rasher of green. It's like bacon, only green. Don't eat green bacon. No, pro Gabe will.
Yeah, green bacon is bad for you.
Yeah, tell that. These are my students in chat. Of the two of them, I think Gabe would be the one to eat the green bacon. Alright, now I put that on the workbench. That is very green. I am going to add a little bit of blue to it. Let me just see where we can go with it. I got this nice EAA blue that I'm going to try and add to. Maybe it's a little too much. I don't know. Whatever. I'm just going to do a tiny bit. See where it goes. Oh. Alright. Just a little dab of that in there. Come on. Uh-oh. Before we have another paint explosion.
No more paint explosions.
No more paint explosions, please. Okay. That's why I've got a pin on my workstation now. Safety pin. Alright. Hopefully that's enough, but we'll keep it nearby just in case. Let's go with this brush here. Might be a little too teal. Let's add a little bit of a more consistent green in here. Oops, shake it first. So we set our Christmas trees on fire today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Just a little too blue. I think we're getting Shadow, what's going on? What's good? What's good? I mean, Captain America? He's pretty good, right? I think most people would agree that he is good. Except when he does the whole Hail Hydra arc. That was a weird time in comics.
That was a very weird time.
That's good. As per usual, my mother is panicking about something.
What for?
She just loves to find reasons to be nervous about things. So, like, I've been home for over an hour at this point, and yet my mom just texted me, "Are you home?" Yeah, I'm home. Have been for a while.
But you didn't text her when you got home to let her know that you were home, so she was worried.
Yeah. I guess mothers are like that.
My mother's the same way.
This paint just does not want to stick tonight. Good lord. So, in a couple of weeks, my wife and my brother's wife and my mom are all going to Boston for the day with the intention of, oh, this is an opportunity for my brother to come hang out with me and my daughter. Well, my dad didn't get the memo. And he and Tim decided instead to have a ski day.
Awesome.
To which I cannot go because I'm home with the kid.
That's unfortunate.
Yup. Made me very sad. So students, what do you think? Winter program on or off this week? We're supposed to get 3 inches of snow on Wednesday.
That's not a lot for you.
No, it's not, but it's enough to make the roads slick and or like the bus companies be like, no, we're not driving you. Shadow says on. I'm actually genuinely curious. Gabe says no. I'm genuinely curious. Which which do you prefer? Winter program day or so that meaning that, you know, it's a day of school, therefore we don't have to go to school in June. Or snow day. Which is better? I can't get paint to stick this at all. This is horrible.
Did you prime it?
Yeah. It's like this primer was hydrophobic. Shadow says snow day is preferable. Gabe says school is preferable. Interesting. Very interesting. Obviously for me, it doesn't matter because, like, I'm teaching in June anyway. With summer stuff, summer camp. That's fair, Gabe. Though I dare say there are a couple of days a week that you get to at least have a little bit of fun, right? He says, not at all tooting his own horn.
Ow.
No fun days. None at all. So this week for the middle schoolers, some of these students have a team building block on Thursdays, which is kind of cool. In theory, I think in practice it ends up a little bit more like extra gym class.
Yeah.
Gunner's the sad face. But this week, these guys are, this particular group of students, are helping me redesign 2 rooms and a boom to play with the entire middle school.
Okay.
Have you ever played that game?
Sorry, say it again?
2 rooms and a boom.
No, I have not.
It's a cool game. It's basically everybody is given a card that says either blue, red, president, or bomb. There's 1 president and 1 bomb. In fact, Gabe, I believe, was the bomb at one point, or maybe he was one of the named characters. I'm not sure which. And the objective for the red team is to get the 2 named characters into the same room at the end of the game. At which point, what?
The bomb and the president.
Yes. At which point, of course, the bomb blows up and kills the president. Morbid, sure. But so we have been tasked with reskinning it to be a little bit more school appropriate. And that's really in deference to kind of being able to talk about it outside of school. Like, it's, I've played plenty with these 6th graders. They get it. They know it's very tongue-in-cheek, and it's really just, a theme. But if it works well, obviously we're going to want to present it to a larger group, and that's hard to sell if you don't know your audience. But boys, as well as I do, what's really going on. So when we're playing, yes, kombucha time. It is kombucha time. Cheers. Cosmic Cranberry from GT's Kombucha, not a sponsor, but Dave, let's talk. Actually, no, Dave, you lost your window. Come on. We've got a sponsor. It's Handheld Legend. They're awesome. There's a link in my description for something like 5% off an order of $30 or more from Handheld Legend. They're great. Check them out. I'll get you more kombucha time in just a minute, Shadow, and Gunner. That's my hydration. That's got to last me the whole stream. So, finally getting somewhere with this paint. It's ridiculous. Oh, here's the big news from School World. And boys, I'm sorry, this is going to make you jealous, I think. At my other school, we have started building an arcade machine from scratch. And we're just going to play Super Metroid, because I'm a giant parody of myself. So I picked up a used Super Nintendo at the thrift store.
Oh, and you're going to put it into a cabinet?
Yep, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And we are finding a way to wire a coin drop into the start button.
Okay.
So you put a coin in, and it plays Super Metroid.
Yeah.
Of course, I have the Super Metroid arcade version on my flash cart, so that's really what it'll be. Limiting you to exactly 1 life. And how many rooms can you clear? So they have to CAD model the cabinet itself. They have to source the... Actually, they found a really dope controller that's obviously designed for games like Killer Instinct or like turtles, I guess, that will fit into the cabinet for that sort of business. And they've done a really neat job so far. It's very cool. I've already dropped $160 on it, my own money, but yay, public school. VPR Gunner with the Cthulhu. You guys know what I'm about. And don't worry, boys. The arcade machine, Mr. Jones will help me bring the arcade machine down so you guys can try it too when it's done. But I'm just gonna say, save your greater score because that's how that's how you get coins.
Damn it.
Let's go.
Paint did not mix as well as I had hoped.
That is, I think that's what I'm struggling with right now. You know what, I'm just gonna
Even using the vortex.
Oh, you mean shake mix? Shake weight? Shake and bake. Oops. The problem with the arcade cabinet, though, is I don't once it overstays its welcome at the schools, which I'm going to be honest, it will happen at some point.
Yeah.
I don't have a place to put it.
That's sad.
Yeah, so I'll probably have to dismantle it. But at the end of the day, it is my Super Nintendo, and, you know. And Gabe, before you get any ideas, no, I'm not going to give it to you. Your mother would kill me. These kids often forget. These kids often forget that in many cases I'm friends with their parents. So
yeah.
It's like... But it'll be cool. I'm excited. Riddler's mask is purple, right?
No, it's usually green.
Is it green? Okay. So I'm going to do a darker green then. Give it a little contrast. So is this, what's his shirt purple? I can never remember.
Yeah, usually the shirt or vest underneath the green outer coat.
Okay, yeah, that's okay.
Purple.
All right, and then his hair is like very, very red, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a soulless ginger.
Shadow, not with yours for sure, but Gabe's mom definitely. I'm not close friends with, but I would say workplace proximity associates at least. She pops around for a lot of sports events. I did. Darn it. Ish. Alright, let's get a slightly different shade of green. Almost had another situation. First bit of learning and growing, folks.
What'd you do?
There it is. Close your paint pot. Okay. What do I got for purples? This one seems very appropriate. Vestment purple.
Mm-hmm.
For painting vests, use the paint that's labeled vest. Oh, what's going on here? Boy, I need some new organization for my paints. This is starting to get ridiculous. I think I'm gonna do his shoes the same color green that I do his mask with.
Just a little bit darker for contrast.
Exactly. What do you think? Purple gloves? Or is that too Joker?
That's too Joker.
Okay.
Like, while both Riddler and Joker both use purple and green, Riddler is a lot more focused on green as his primary, and Joker's a lot more focused with purple.
Yeah. Might have to backpedal on the shoes. I think that looks absolutely atrocious. It'll work for the mask, but I think I need to do brown shoes. Boring, but it seems to be the reality of the situation. Smaller brush. Eyewear. And I need some white paint. Excuse me. It might be time to bust out one of my new brushes. I've been teasing these for a while. These are the Games and Gears brushes. It's similar to what Broody uses sometimes. And what I need is 000. I need my 00. Yeah, there it is. They're like collapsible brushes.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Very convenient for storage.
Yes. Unfortunately, this one just does not stick together. I don't know why. Just falls apart. So I gotta figure that one out. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get some paint down on my workbench. Frosted edge, no, white. And don't worry, Broody, it's just his eyes.
Alright, what?
I'm using white.
Oh, yeah.
And we always, you and I traditionally complain about white paint.
Yeah.
I also have fluorescent white. I'm not going to use that, but there's probably some cool applications for that down the road somewhere.
Fluorescent white?
Yeah. Like glow white.
Yeah. That would honestly look pretty cool, I'd say, with like Batman for his eyes.
Yeah.
Since they do so many of those shots where it's just like you can't see him in the shadows, but like you see his eyes.
Right.
And having that like glow ability.
Okay, that looks good. Kombucha time? Alright, hold on. You boys are keeping me hydrated tonight. I appreciate that. Oh, jeez, I'm losing my mind. boys in chat, if you can identify the video game that the music playing in the background is from, I'll give you... I'll give you a 100 grader score. You guys immediately know. I don't know. Think about who you're watching right now. It should be a dead giveaway. All three of you. I don't know. Is that the right one? No. Rumble skin. Yes, he is on my leg. Now can you remember who's tattooed on my legs? My dad and I built a rack for Megamind Cyborg. No. Nope.
Oh, yeah, that Riddler looks great.
Oh, thank you. My dad and I built a DVD rack last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Came out great. I was very happy with it. Am very happy with it. It freed up so much space in my office. It was unreal. Didn't realize just how many DVDs I had banging around various places. That's not brush water.
Did you just use your drinking water as a brush
No,
water?
I just used an empty cup. Because I got that brush toilet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was lucky.
What's up?
I was trying to get his forehead, and it's like a tiny, tiny, tiny amount of space between his hat and his domino mask.
Yeah.
I nailed it. I am doing a purple stripe on his hat.
Yes. Is there enough detail on the mini for his tie?
Barely, but yes. What do you think?
Because normally he has like the green tie with like the purple question mark on it.
Yeah, there's not enough detail to do all of that. But I'm going to try something. Yeah, that looks good. Orange for his hair. What I got for oranges up here? Booyah orange? No. No, I don't want blood orange either. That's good. Come on. Are you really going to make me use GW? It is. Jokero, actually, Jokero orange is exactly what I need, though. That's unfortunate. I was really hoping to avoid GW paints on this one. I don't have it. Oh, there it is. Oh. Maybe that's not what I'm looking for. His hair is like bright orange, right?
Yeah, very very bright orange red.
Okay. I'm going to use blood orange. interesting. I don't know why, but the sculptor decided to be a sideburns. I don't hate it. It looks okay. Oh, that's cool. All right, take care, Gabe. I'll see you Monday. What is the TV combat equivalent of Mornfang Brown? Or some kind of leather. Matt Brown. That seems good. As in Matthew. Brown. Yep, brown shoes looks better. Shame. Did you see the new investigator that was announced for Arkham?
Which one?
Green one.
Oh, the Countess, yeah.
Yes. Thoughts?
I I think she looks all right. My problem being that it seems like this campaign is going to focus heavily on parlaying. And there's a ton of stuff in this thing that will assist and aid with taking the parlay action, including her ability is she gets a free action a turn, but it can only be used to parlay. So I feel like she's going to be good in this campaign, but any other campaign that doesn't have any sort of parlay abilities, at least very frequently,
so
is
she's
completely
situational.
pointless.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I guarantee, like I said, there's going to be lots of parlay effects in this set.
Right.
So there will be lots of player cards that are like action parlay do something. So I'm assuming that she's going to at least get some use. You're just going to have to really build around using a lot of those cards.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I am cautiously optimistic about the Iceman deck for Marvel Champions, though.
Yeah. I will say the other investigators for the new set, a lot of them look pretty interesting.
Okay. I haven't seen
the survivors, Samson or whatever.
Oh, Hank Samson, the farmhand.
Yeah.
About time
he's got a decently high health and sanity. But he can take damage and horror from other investigators in his location.
Oh, that's awesome.
And when he would be defeated, you just flip him over, and it changes his stats. So
wow.
He has a second life essentially, and lots of ways to heal.
Awesome. One of these days, I got to figure out which characters I don't have minis for.
Yeah.
Oh, and quite honestly, at some point, Alex and I need to finish painting the Arkham minis.
Yeah.
We are so behind on those. I think he's looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, he looks really good.
Obviously, he needs some highlighting and wash. Well, he needs wash and highlight, and base painting, which I will do right now. Shake your paints.
Take it like a Polaroid picture.
Outcast called. They want their song back.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that Andre 3000 just released a like jazz flute record?
No.
I thought that was so cool. He's like, yeah, I don't feel like doing rap anymore. I'm just gonna do jazz flute. And it's still like he's still marketing it as Andre 3000.
Nice.
I'm like, what a guy. Did you ever see the movie Semi-Pro? With him and Woody Harrelson and Will Ferrell?
No.
It is way funnier than it has any right to be.
Have you watched any good TV shows recently?
I did. I watched Echo.
Did you like it?
I really, really did. But not for... I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to the plot. Cinematically, like, shot for shot, it was actually pretty well done. Like, the cinematography was decent. There were a couple of things that I was like, that doesn't make any sense. But overall, it was like, no, this is fine. This is a good way to reintroduce the Marvel Netflix characters properly. Like, Kingpin's appearance in Hawkeye was fine. And Matt's appearance in certainly Spider-Man was great. She-Hulk was like, whatever. But, I mean, this is not a spoiler because it doesn't actually impact the plot at all. In the very first episode, Echo fights Daredevil in the hallway. Like, proper Netflix hallway fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. I literally was up off the couch and cheering.
That's cool.
Yeah. So cool fights, cool art direction, cool shot direction. There's some decent stuff there. And it's only 5 episodes, so it's like, yeah, this is much more manageable than what we have been getting out of Marvel.
Did they drop all 5?
Yep. They sure did.
Surprised they didn't do like the weekly release.
I was too. But you know, it gives me hope for Daredevil Born Again. They also, you know, we've been hearing that Deborah Ann Wall and Eldon Henson will be back finally.
Mm-hmm.
Which has been a breath of fresh air. I just hope that I'm not going to believe it until I see something for, like, Deborah Ann Wall is pretty active on Instagram. She goes live a lot. I feel like we'll see something from her, either confirming or denying, with some haste here. I guess they go back to shooting on Monday, which is pretty cool.
After they kind of tossed everyone and started over?
Well, from what I understand, it wasn't like an aggressive move. It was like a unilateral, like, no, this isn't going to work. Like, everybody was kind of arrived at the same conclusion at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And when that happens, you kind of have no choice, you know? So I'm glad they're doing what they're doing. I'm glad that Marvel Spotlight exists. I'm glad they rolled the Netflix stuff into the official timeline. So it is officially MCU. As I was putting my DVDs away, I was like, yes. So I do actually have all those... Well, not all of them. I have most of the Marvel Netflix shows on Blu-ray.
I didn't know they released them on Blu-ray.
They didn't.
Oh.
At least not in this country. What else? I did finish Loki. Season 2. It's not bad. I can't say it's good either, but it's not bad.
I've just been working through Boardwalk Empire recently.
What's that about? I've heard lots of people talk about it, but I've never bothered looking at it.
It is based on the true story of a man named Enoch Johnson, who was the treasurer of Atlantic City during Prohibition, and his rise to power and trying to get in on the bootlegging market in the area.
Oh, interesting.
And it deals Steve Buscemi plays Enoch Thompson. They changed his name in the show.
Sure, yeah.
But it still features a lot of the Rothstein from the New York Mafia, who fixed the World Series, and Al Capone's in it.
Oh,
cool. Pretty much a lot of real people or historical figures are in the series that were involved in that era of crime.
Nice.
That he interacted with.
That's cool. I'm gonna have to check that out if I ever have time again. Pretty much my TV viewing is limited to British panel shows at this point.
Yeah.
Although I did watch Only Murders in the Building, season 3.
Mm-hmm.
That show's a lot of fun. I think we talked about that last time, though.
I think so, yeah.
The thing about panel shows is, any sort of drama or comedy or whatever, I don't like to pause those because I don't it just feels like I'm interrupting myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with a panel show, it's no, this is just people being dumb. There's no point to it. Nobody's winning anything. Jimmy Carr can kick off an episode of Cats Does Countdown by saying, "And tonight's prize will be the countdown ping pong table," or something like that. And that has no bearing on anybody's life at all. So I don't feel like I'm missing anything if I miss a minute of the show or whatever. The green shade is the one that's shiny. You'll take this one. So I got to spend a little bit of time chit-chatting with Adam and Shamali this week. That was nice.
What was that? I saw you guys hopped on the Augs.
We've moved away from Augs now.
Okay.
Into something of our own creation.
Mm-hmm.
That is... It borrows a lot from Augs. It borrows a lot from Hellboy. A lot of the games that the four of us played at one point or another.
Yeah.
And it really just... The problem we ran into with Augs is writing scenarios. We were just like, this is hard. And not very fun. So we tried to create a system where the scenario either happens organically or simply doesn't matter. And I think we've accomplished that.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm. We did a lot of asset work this week. We even tested it. We actually got to play a game, which was cool. It's very rare these days for all of us to be available in the same space. Obviously, if given our druthers, we'd all be here tonight. But life, as it does, finds a way to get in the way of itself.
Yeah.
Second.
These minis for today were really easy for me.
Yeah, this one was particularly straightforward. I got a little bit of highlighting to do, but that'll take me all of 5 seconds. I'm debating upgrading to Null and Oil in the shadows, but I don't think I'm going to. I actually think I really like where they are. I do need to put some Null and Oil on the little crooky thing at the end. So Green Stuff World dropped a master set of metallics that I really want. It's like $99, and I'm like, man, just can't afford it right now.
Yeah.
I got a lot of strange expenses coming up. Like this week I've got to cover the van for my van for the 8th grade class trip. Now I'll get reimbursed for that almost immediately, but it's like I still have to put that on my credit card because the stupid rent-a-car companies won't accept the school credit card.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. But here we are, I guess. And of course, there's always PAX coming up that I'm like, I don't expect to spend a lot of money at PAX, but if there's some, random retro game that I've been looking for that I want to pick up at PAX, I need to have the cash to back it up.
Yeah.
And, my list doesn't consist of anything too pricey. Like, I mean, obviously Earthbound is on the list, but it's like, if I never get Earthbound, I'm not going to be upset about it.
Like that.
I still need to find a copy of. What's bothering me right now is I can't get my 3DS to charge, and I really want to play Metroid 2 Remaster. I think it's the only 2D Metroid that I haven't played. To completion. Riddler is like heckin' pale, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I may have overcooked it.
That was almost disastrous.
Went too light. That's better. Well, I completely ruined this.
What happened?
The paint went on too thick. It's completely eliminated all the detail. I can fix it, but it's just a pain in the neck. Been a while since I've done traditional highlighting on a mini.
So tickets for South Carolina Comic Con went on sale a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
So I got my ticket for that and the ticket to see and Jim Lee get autographs.
Nice.
And actually X-Team as well.
So Adam sent me for as sort of a pseudo Christmas present. I mean, he didn't pay anything for it. He had an extra copy, but the Jim Lee trading card art book.
Mm-hmm.
It is so freaking cool.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of really dope X-Men art. Jim Lee definitely in my top echelon artists.
Especially given X-Men. It's like if you think of X-Men and like a character comes to like you picture in your mind, it's like a Jim Lee design more than likely.
It's either a Jim Lee design or an original.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Well documented around here that I am a huge fan of his creator-owned stuff too.
Yeah.
Gen 13 with J. Scott Campbell and others. J. Scott Campbell also top tier for me, but like he's a little controversial because his character models really don't make a whole lot of sense. I'm thinking of one very specific Mary Jane Watson art that is absolutely anatomically bogus. But then, you know, it's funny because we turd on Rob Liefeld, who
Yeah.
I also like. Adam and I are both notable Rob Liefeld apologists. Like,
Yeah.
he also does some great work. He's contributed strongly to the industry. Like, the dude is a legend. And you know, we turd on Rob Liefeld art all the time, but J. Scott Campbell is arguably worse. Maybe not as egregious, but it's definitely like it's more pervasive. Part of the project that I'm working on with Adam and Shamali right now has involved Adam and me sourcing cool comic book art, which has been tons and tons of fun. And finding cool characters that we either didn't know about or had forgotten about. So we just finished up writing Kingpin's deck. Or Kingpin, like the villains that show up with Kingpin sort of situation. And the Kingpin has... Obviously, Kingpin's going to have mooks. You know, random thugs and whatever. The random thugs that we chose were the Burglar from Spider-Man.
Uh-huh.
It was a lot of fun to make that work. And you know what's really nice about designing a game that you know you can't sell, but you know you just want to use IP that just isn't getting touched. And one of the a number of the characters that we're using, you know, you're never going to see Crime Master show up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, we said that about Leapfrog, but he showed up. But like most of these old 1960s villains, you're not going to see because they're just too camp.
I would have thought the same thing about Kite Man. But then Scott Snyder brought him back.
Well, sure, but that's comics, though.
Yeah.
Like, you might see some of these villains back in comics, but you're never going to see them on the big screen. more than likely. So we have Crime Master in. We have Mr. Fear.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a one-off, or like a few off 60s Daredevil villain.
Yeah.
The Ox makes a very prominent appearance. And it just feels good to use these forgotten characters.
Yeah.
Especially in a system that supports any and all art types. Like, obviously, Adam. It's me and Adam. We're dedicated to finding the best examples of each character's art, but we struggled so hard with Purple Man. We actually ended up. Adam had to draw our own Purple Man. Or like Photoshop our own. He didn't draw it, but. Like, we couldn't. The thing we've struggled with is, like, for the tabletop simulator stuff we're doing, initially we were like, oh yeah, they have to have, like, you have to be able to see their feet because they're going to be standees. And then we were like, why are we bothering? Like, eventually we're just going to replace these with miniatures.
Yeah.
Fix my mistake on his face. Face! Your face! Inking with a detail brush. Yay.
Let's say I'm highlighting scales right now, so.
Well, we're both in misery mode then. Okay, I think that actually saved it. Cool. So a little bit of dull green. Oh my god, yes. No, it's this one. Oh wait a minute, is it this one? That one. So my brother and my cousins do this ski race league.
Mm-hmm.
and my cousin Heather is currently recovering from an injury, so my brother and my other cousin won't let her race, which means they're consistently down a player.
Mm-hmm.
And they may be calling me up this year, and I'm like, okay, if you say so. I don't think I've gone through gates since middle school. All right, take care, Shadow. See you Monday. All right, I just need a little bit of purple. Here, we'll stick with the Citadel highlighting colors. Just because I can't be arsed. I think, Broody, for once, I'm actually going to be able to do one stream, one mini.
Nice.
It's very rare. The one complaint that I do have about working on this system with Adam and Mike, though, is I've been trying to finish Prime Troid for weeks.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's important to me to take advantage of time that I can hang out with my buddies and work on something. So, like, that's obviously going to take precedence, but it is like, Adam texted me on Thursday, I think. Hey, you know, I'm free. Surprisingly, like, let's go work on something. I was like, God damn it! I literally just sat down to play Metroid.
I'm kind of in a similar boat. Like, I just got Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah, love that game.
And I wanted to play it, but I've been playing Deep Rock Galactic with friends of mine and stuff.
Right.
And I'd rather get a chance to hang out and play with people than by myself.
Absolutely. Right. Oh yes. Yes, Scorthor Brown. So you mentioned, hey Blink, what's up? Yeah, it is kombucha time. Cheers. You mentioned South Carolina Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
And I myself am looking at con ticket prices for Portsmouth MiniCon 40.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the 40th anniversary of the debut of the Ninja Turtles.
Nice.
And we know for a fact that Kevin Eastman's going to be there. So obviously I will be having him sign my Turtles #1. And I will be very happy with that. But if Peter Laird is also going to be there, and I think that's a big if, because he doesn't do a whole lot of appearances anymore, I will be seriously considering getting that issue slabbed. Because I have it reprinted in so many places that feel like it's just such a cool piece of New Hampshire history, you know?
Yeah.
That one's it's one of those weird books that transcends comic books and transcends nerdery and becomes like it's actually part of history, like my local history, and it's
yeah.
Like Daredevil #1, I don't have it slabbed. I have it signed by Stan. You know, it's great. I love it. There's really not that many books that I would consider getting slabbed, but it has to. No, so we're not clowning around. It has to be something genuinely bigger for me to consider getting slabbed, and that's I do think it's Turtles is that thing. I am really, really happy with how his shoes came out.
Brown?
Well, the highlighting specifically.
Mm-hmm.
All right, just a little bit of dry brushing to go here. Oh.
We gonna have an early night tonight?
What's that?
Are we gonna have an early night tonight?
I don't know. I mean, I've got other things. I got this stupid giant battle cannon thing I gotta work on that doesn't even fit on the camera. So I can always pad out the last 10 minutes or whatever. But I actually have quite a bit of dry brushing, so we'll see where that goes. I'm going to try and do something funky with his jacket.
I'm doing more scales.
Yay. Don't forget, law comes before T.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, bad scales joke. You're welcome, Blank.
I got it.
I missed that cranberry kombucha. It's real good. Alright, what have I got for green dries? That's too... Ooh, hang on. Are you looking at this one? Maybe. No, that's way too bright. Alright, never mind. So I think I'll have another beer. La 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 beer. Tea. No, I'd rather have a beer. That brings us back to beer. Do the thing I used to buy beer. Ray, the guy I drink beer with. Me, the guy who drinks the beer. I forgot about that. Oh, sing the above. There it is. Ganondorf's head is in the way. Sorry, I have a Ganondorf amiibo in front of chat. I had to move things around today, and I'm still fighting down a monitor. This top monitor's still all screwy. I got a new one coming in on Monday, so hopefully I can fix some of this nonsense. Doe, the thing I used to buy beer. Ray, the guy I drink beer with. Me, the guy who drinks the beer. Far, a long way to go get beer. So I think I'll have another beer. La 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 beer. Tea. No, I'd rather have a beer, and that brings us back to beer. There you go. You got your full sing. Oh dear. This paint has gone badly wrong. It's all medium. Okay, well, so much for that idea. How about this one? This could work. Maybe. Oh, I don't like doing this. This is concerning. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, dropper bottles have to be able to be used for dry brushing also. Alright, let's fix up this base. Is there anything else that needs fixing here? The map is still causing problems. Oh, I never highlighted this hair either. Do I need to? Probably not. Somewhere. Okay. Abaddon Black. Where is you? Right here. Here's a question for you.
Okay.
If you could go back and play any one game with, and experience it completely fresh again, i.e. erase the memory of it from your game and remake those memories, what game would it be?
It's a tough question.
Right? It just popped into my head. I was like, man, I don't know if there's a name. Mega Man, probably, but...
Mine might be Mario 64.
That's a good answer. That's a very good answer. I don't have particularly great memories attached to Mario 64. And it has nothing to do with the game. So it's unfortunate. Alright, I think that's the Riddler locked in. I'm actually pretty happy with this. Which is rare. I mean, it's not super rare, but... Let's see if we can make a little progress on this nasty monster. What have we got? What's next? Finish these wheels as well. Is nope. Man, there's a bunch of colors down here that I didn't even know I had. That's not concerning in any way.
It happens.
Yeah. Why did I buy that? When did I buy that? Did I buy that? Which is actually a valid question, because like some of these are just, you know, they've forgotten to pay for.
I think I am finished as well.
Are you? Oh, okay. Well then,
I've got Dalinar in his shard plate, and then his son Adolin in his shard plate.
Nice.
And then as a bonus, it came as just a shard bearer. I painted it up to look like Sadius.
You're speaking Greek to me, bro. As you're aware, I have no point of reference on Stormlight, so... It's one of those properties that everybody's like, oh, you need to read this, and that immediately makes me not want to read it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did do this week. I should show this out. I'm working on... punching up this Mega Man Zero, or Mega Man X
nice.
figure. I've got this really, really, really fine point Sharpie that I'm picking out detail with. So that's coming along. That's sort of my off stream. That's while Adam is belly aching about something else, I doodle on Mega Man. Well, yep, 5 minutes early. I'm okay with it. Some good progress was made today. I'll zoom back in here because show off Riddler properly. There he is. All right. Well, thank you all for hanging out tonight. It's late. I'm excited to go to bed. Go to bed, Broody. And I will be back on Monday playing Circus Electrique again. Game's really fun, and all of a sudden got real hard. So like I'm actually thinking about it, which is cool. Keeps my brain engaged. And we'll be back for more painting next weekend. presumably.
What's next weekend?
The last weekend of January?
Yeah. I've got a concert I'm going to on the 3rd, so I will miss that, February 3rd.
That's okay. I've got a busy day that day too. My wife is going to Boston, and I'm home with the baby all day. So I'm gonna need to be not live that day. So
yeah,
no worries. All right. Well, take care, everybody. Be safe, be well, and we'll talk to you real soon. Bye.
Sounds good. See you guys.